The shege is already everywhere. They called him to help them do the job again. And guess who he blamed for the downturn of everything in Nigeria? The Igbos. The Inyamiri. Tinubu did not, it's not Tinubu that is causing this hardship. It is the Inyamiris because they are the ones who are increasing everything. Not Tinubu. Do you remember that I said that? Here.
Masuka bada Muslim.
No kwa. There is nothing Musa no go see forget, my people. Igbophobia is real in Nigeria. Like these people don't carry come again. Who remember this man that spread this news that Igbos were behind the end bad governance? This man has come out again. Right now, he is blaming Igbos for the hardship in Nigeria, telling his people that Tinubu is not the cause of the hardship in Nigeria, but rather Nyamiri Igbos, because they are the ones that are increasing the prices of goods in Nigeria. Can you just imagine that, my people? Like whenever bad things are going on in Nigeria, these people must mention Igbos. So right now, this is what is happening. They are blaming Igbos for the hardship in Nigeria, saying that they are the ones benefiting from this Tinubu government, despite that they did not support Muslim ticket, because they believe that Igbos must suffer in this Tinubu government. But seeing everything that is going on right now, they are all in regret and even blaming Igbos for the e-policies Tinubu are making. To the extent, they made research that things are more cheaper in the Southeast than any other parts in Nigeria. Despite in the Southeast, we don't have seaports, no international airport, but our people are surviving. And it surprises them. That's why they are carrying all this propaganda in order to, continue all this hatred they have towards Igbos. But God no be man, my people. Yes, so God no be man. Let me allow you guys to listen and hear what Mayegu said here. Honestly, Mayegu needs to be protected, my people, because this man always said it as it is. Take a listen and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't shared the video, and also give me a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend this video to other people to watch. Thank you everyone for doing so. So let's go ahead and watch the video, my people.
Brethren, there is something called Igbophobia, and it is more prevalent in northern part of Nigeria. It is also very evident in the western part of Nigeria, Yoruba land. In northern part of Nigeria, it is more prevalent in the Arewa area, the Sharia area of northern part of Nigeria. And the proponents, or should we call them the proponents, of this Igbophobia, they are mainly the Islamic clerics, the evil-minded, divisive Islamic clerics of northern Nigeria. Northern part of Nigeria, where is mostly the Sharia path, is where they have used religion to hold people back for decades. And it is not mainly because of the religion per se, or for the benefit of the religion. It is mostly using religion to hoodwink and cage people for political power and political control. There are Islamic clerics from northern Nigeria who are so evil that they have become the recruiting centers for what is today bedeviling the northern part of Nigeria, terrorism. They have also become so powerful, not only or over the poorest of the poor of the north, including the political elites of the north. And because of this, most of them are shielded from the consequences of their actions, even when or whenever they are fingered in the act of terrorism, aiding and abetting it, encouraging it, and on like that. Because of these Islamic terrorists, clerics from northern Nigeria, who have become so powerful, the political class not only use them to control the vast majority of their people, they also use them to spread hatred, tribalism, bigotry, and indeed terrorism as well. This is something that most people from southern part of Nigeria are mostly alien to. Like, it's kind of alien to us. But thank God for APC. I said thank God because they are those who have kind of make a lot of us more interested in demystifying this evil contraption, which is mostly controlled by these born-to-rule criminals from northern Nigeria. Education is haram in northern part of Nigeria, not for Islamic reasons, but just for political control reasons. One of them is Yaya Jingri, a born, or is older man now, right? A born criminal who has been hiding behind religion to do the job or the dirty work of the political class. In 2023, when they were pushing their Muslim agenda at the time, he is also one of the arrowhead of those who called the non-Muslims infidels. In fact, in northern part of Nigeria, an infidel is somebody who is a non-Muslim. And even if you are a Muslim, it depends on the type of Muslim that you are or the type of Islam. If you are not in the same boat with them, you are still considered as an infidel. And during the 2023 charade, the likes of Jingiri, they got paid very well. In fact, before the advent of APC, the likes of Jingiri have been very useful to the CPC gang, the terrorist group turned political group called the CPC, led by Bokwari. The CPC that went into an alliance with ACN of Tifnumbu from Yorubaland, and then PDP of Atiku and Saraki in forming the APC. The likes of Jingri have used their Arabic knowledge sort of to make people believe that their reward is in heaven, just like the pastorpreneurs of the South who have used religion to calm the nerve of their own shippies in the southern part of Nigeria. Same way that the Southerners, who are mostly Christians, would rather pray to God to intervene, God to come and save them from the hands of the cold-hearted criminals called the political leaders from the South. The likes of Jingiri, I'm using the likes because there are many in northern part of Nigeria. These are pure jihadists, terrorists, wearing and wrapping their hairs with a full bed sheet, master bed sheet, the master bed sheets, kind of, or a full length of house curtain, in deceiving the gullibles by telling them that whatever it is that the situation has become in Nigeria, the northerners, the supposed their own chippies, are to only pray to Allah. They must never question their leaders, because if they did try to question their leaders, they are going to Jahannama. Jahannama means hellfire. So they are to pray for their leaders. They are to always pray for their leaders, even if their leaders are a bunch of criminals, looters, pedophiles, and on and on. They must never question their leaders. Now, you see this divide, the North and the South. The likes of Jingiri have been smiling to the bank. I'm talking about taking a hell of a money, not only from the criminal politicians that are looting and then underdeveloping their region, okay, destroying their people. They are making more money from even Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, and any other Islamic country that, that find them as a useful tool. So this kind of man called Jingiri was one of those who also believed that Bokwari, that got beaten by Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in 2011, was believed to have been rigged. And that led to the killings of over 800 people because Bukwari lost. Their preachings have led to different kind of killings in northern Nigeria. Their own idea of Islam or their own idea of Nigeria is that Nigeria is an Islamic country. And the southern part of Nigeria is just the extended estate of their forefather, the first terrorist in Nigeria history, Uthman Dan Fodio, a man that was selling jazz. He was selling a ring in northern part of Nigeria. Then, back then, it was an area controlled by the Hausa kings. He was accommodated until he kind of gained the trust of some of the young people from that part. And he led the first jihad that saw to the killings of the Hausa leaders from that part. I'm giving you this background because the likes of Jingiri didn't fall from the sky. There is also a man called Gumi is dead now. His son, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, you know him, is also one of them. Those who believe that no matter what, no matter how long it takes, Nigeria is going to be an Islamic country. And killing the infidels, non-Muslims, is actually the wish of the Allah. Read your hadith. The hadith says, if you kill the unbelievers are those who don't believe their own kind of religion, their own type of Islam. Sure you get. So when the idea of Muslim came, introduced by the APC, Ebekebe, oh my God, it was like a lottery, a jackpot for the likes of a Jingiri. So they went to work straight up, to work on the psyche of their supposed chippies in northern Nigeria. There's nothing they didn't say. Oh my God. Muslim, one Muslim is better. One Muslim is good. Two Muslim is better. So anybody who tried to campaign for any other party in northern part of Nigeria is challenging Allah. In fact, it's kind of committing blasphemy. And blasphemy is punishable by death. You have no idea how much of this intimidation they spread in northern part of Nigeria. But he didn't do it for free. He was paid. Even though others who listen to his likes every Friday, right, believes that they are listening to a prophet or a messenger of Allah. Here you get, since you can read Arabic, if you can read Arabic in Nigeria, you will be called Sheikh, Alhaji or Afar, or something like that. Here you get. So if you can read the Bible and quote it in the southern part of Nigeria, you will be called a pastor, man of God. Now God call you. These are a bunch of opportunists, freeloaders, right? Low-life criminals that can only thrive in a contraption like Nigeria, unfortunately. But they do have a lot of followers and listeners, even when they are talking nonsense. So, ladies and gentlemen, Muslim tickets has now burnt everybody's finger, especially the northerners. The northern part of Nigeria, which has suffered greatly in the hands of the terrorists. Most of them, recruited by the likes of this man, Jingiri, who have told them that jihad is the only war fighting for Allah. Meanwhile, this Jingiri of a guy, this old rogue, was willing to go all org. He actually went all org for a drug dealer, a drug addict, the druggie, certificate forger, a treasury looter, Tifnumbu the jaga banditi, the jaga addicti, the jaga were, Ashiwaju awole, Ashiwaju awagberu. He went all org. It's not haram. It wasn't an haram. Allah was okay with that. Allah was very comfortable with a drug pusher, a drug dealer. Can you believe that? So this actually gave them up. I mean, like, it really gave them up. To somebody like us, we felt like people like Jingiri, if indeed they actually heard from Allah, they would never be associated with a drug dealer. They would never be associated with a terrorist sympathizer like the shitty man of Borono. But you are deceiving yourself. You think terrorists and the rest of them don't actually know themselves. In fact, it has been confirmed that most of the children they recruited into Boko Haram, Fulani terrorism, and all of this, most of them have been fed with all kinds of drugs that most of these Olori Buruku Afas, fake from northern Nigeria, possibly take themselves. Right? So he endorsed Muslim tickets. It was all fun at the time. They assembled them in Kano, where they gave them 15 million naira. The likes of Jingiri probably got more. Of course, he got more to endorse a drug dealer, Muslim. Remember? You see their ship is there. Ayawa. Allah Akbar. Allah. They didn't know that now the Sheikh will go finish all of them. That they shout Allah Akbar for. I mean, it is so shameful that you will see that do people actually lack senses enough that these illiterate people like that Jingiri will stand in front of you and make you believe that once you shout Allah Akbar, your problem will be gone. Allah Akbar, yeah, Muslim. Don't go and follow the Inyamiri are the Igbos. Yeah, to them, Inyamiri is the Igbo. And the infidels are the ones they call the unbelievers. The kafiri. I've been a kafiri. Forgetting the fact that in economy, like you have in that contraption, the Muslims they don't have their own different markets. They do not have their own different economy. You are all going to exist in the same country. Good or bad, you are going to exist in the same place. But what majority of those people who listen to this kind of man, what they didn't know then was that he is not doing it for free. No, he's not. People using your religion to tell you that when somebody is from your religion, or somebody is from your tribe, that person is going to treat you well. Or if the Nigeria begin to go up in smoke, you are not going to be affected. Now, it got so bad, especially in northern part of Nigeria, that people now said, they wanted to protest end bad governance. The same Jingiri was called Afa, Alaji Abina Sheikil. Sheikil, Jingiri, we need you again. You need to go and tell these people that they must not protest, rather they must pray for their leaders. That this hardship that they are facing in Nigeria, they are facing it in China, they are facing it in America, they are facing it in the UK. It's not Tinubu that is causing this. The reason why you are paying too much, he even said, the reason why people were paying too much for petroleum at the time was because the Igbos increased the price. It's not Tinubu that removed subsidy. It was the Inyamiris that removed subsidy. He told his audience that. I have the video, I'll show you. That man, this was like after a year that their Muslim, their Mumu tickets don't burn them. The shege is already everywhere. They called him to help them do the job again. And guess who he blamed for the downturn of everything in Nigeria? The Igbos. The Inyamiri. Tinubu did not, it's not Tinubu that is causing this hardship. It is the Inyamiris because they are the ones who are increasing everything. Not Tinubu. Do you remember that I said that? Here.
Masu gaba da Muslim. Suna neman wai su sa musulmi su ki jinin ka ɗan Najeriya.
Got it too. He actually said, the problem is not Muslim. This was him defending the Muslim after a year. Where the shege don't they burn everybody. Where hunger won't finish everybody. Where hunger they come up people's eyes. He said the problem is not Muslim tickets. And the Inyamiris, who are the ones who are doing everything to make sure that Tinubu fail. Listen.
Masu gaba da Muslim. Suna neman wai su sa musulmi su ki jinin ka ɗan Najeriya su ki jinin ka. Ka tafi nemo wa Najeriya alheri a ƙasar China. Sai suka wop kan ka dawo sai suka ce an ƙara mai. Ko bai ba? Lokacin da aka ce an ƙara mai din yana ƙasar. Kafin a ƙara yana da haƙin ya sani ko babu. Mataimakinsa na da haƙin ya sani ko babu. To bayan sun faɗa sai abin da ya kamata a bada sanarwa sati ɗaya ko biyu za a yi ƙari shiru sai ka an ƙara wani ma bai ji ma an ƙara ba sai da aka je gidan mai saka ga wur an canja ya koma kaza don faɗa da gwamnatin muslim mai faɗa da muslim Allah ka isar mana a kansu. Wai al'ummar musulmi anya ba za a gane kafiran nan suna kin Islam ba, su zagi shugabanninmu na musulmi, su ba ku kuɗi su ce zagi ubanka, su ba ka kuɗi su ce zagi malaminka, su ba ka kuɗi su ce zagi shugabanninka. Wace hauka ce ta kama ka? Allah ka kebo bayi. Shugaban ƙasa Ahmad Bola Tinubu, wallahi mun zaɓe ka saboda Allah ba kuɗi ka bamu ba. In kuɗi ka bamu muka yarjejeniya da kai ka fito ka gaya wa duniya. Jama'a muna son gwamnatin muslim ko akwai mara santa. Muna so saboda Tinubu ko dan Allah, don Allah, saboda Tinubu ko dan kuɗi, don Allah, saboda Tinubu ko dan kabilanci, don Allah, Allah ka karɓa mana. Kar ku yadda ku yi wasa da ƙuri'arku. Ko yan yara da gobe fito wai zuwa zaben local government wai masu wani yana so wani ya so ku goma a kansila ɗaya ku bar wa mutum ɗaya, amma ba dan ni ba dan Allah. Jama'a dukkan unguwa mu je don wanda ya yi mana taurin kai kar mu zaɓe shi, mu bi ƙuri'unmu a gwada a gani. Aka ce a yanzu an koma yayin murɗiya kai na ce komai nisan gare.
It's not the fault of Tinubu. It's not the fault of Muslim. Some people are trying to destroy Tinubu's government. It didn't stop there. Right? Today, his new video, his new lunacy hits the wave again. And according to him, the Igbos did not vote for Muslim tickets. But the Igbos are the major beneficiaries today. That's what he said. Listen.
Babu Inyamirin da ya zaɓi Muslim in ka cire irin su Malam Ibrahim Ogu da shi da danginsa. Sauran sun zaɓa? Ta yaya kuke ɗiban kuɗin gwamnati kuna basu? Yaya kuɗin noma kun ƙi bamu? Yaya kuke yin wata siyasa ƙarya? Ku ba da 'yan kuɗi kaɗan a noma, ku ce 'yan arewa sun cinye kuɗi, ba gaskiya ba ne. To wani sai ce yarabawa ne da Hausawa da Fulani, ko ba Hausawa a gwamnatin Muslim, ba Fulani a gwamnatin Muslim, ba bare-bari a gwamnatin Muslim. To Muslim na farko musulmi ne bayan rabi, Muslim na biyu musulmi ne babarbari. ko ba haka bane to za mu ce ba mu a cikin gwamnatin ne to yaya aka yi mun ba mu gana mu raban ba ya za dinga danna mana bashi na ƙarya inyamurai da ba su yi gwamnatin ba su ɗebe kuɗi ba a bincike su ba sai mu kai wannan bai yi ba wannan bai yi ba ina malam
ya babban bakonan kaya
yawwa na yi sa'a
is a pure criminal. Now let me tell you what he's saying there somehow. I know Ahmed is watching. Is Ahmed here? Ahmed is going to help us later. Don't worry. The Igbos did not, the Inyamiris did not vote for these Muslim tickets. But today, they are the biggest beneficiary. They do not lack kudi, they do not lack money. They are not hungry. But it is them, the Arewa, that the government is now investigating for diverting agricultural allocation, money, food that were given to them in northern Nigeria. Most of them diverted to personal use. So he's actually telling his audience that the government of Tinubu is investigating them for diverting agricultural allocations. But they are not investigating the Igbos, who never supported the Muslim tickets. Today they have money, they have food, they are not complaining. So the bottom line is that a lot of them in his mosque there, they were all saying, yeah, like they agreed with him. I don't know how long it's going to probably take them before they begin to attack, the Igbos in northern Nigeria. Sure, you get. It's not new. I think the Igbos who live in northern part of Nigeria have always been there enough that, many of them have been there for years. They have witnessed all kinds of uprisings and attack on them, but they still didn't leave and probably won't leave. So when you see incitement and why an average person, an average person is just going to personally just say, I hate the Igbos or I hate the Yorubas. Go and look at the people that are preaching to them and what they are saying to them every Friday in that large gathering. When they promoted their Muslim ticket, the Mumu ticket, I thought it was meant to kind of make life better for all of us. So if you stood by a Muslim ticket and is now biting everybody, how about you take responsibility? The Igbos are business people, Abi. And I think somebody said that on this platform before, that it is such a stupid thing for anyone who is not an Igbo person or even an Igbo person to say, all of us are going to suffer it. You are just so stupid enough to not see that. If your government increases the price, for example, as they increase the price of petroleum, PMS, an Igbo man will transport his goods, Sabi. Same way as they increase the tariff, import tariff. The Igbo man is a marketer, is a seller, is a trader. So whatever is going to sell to you, every cost of bringing that thing to you will be added to the cost of what you are buying. You are going to pay for it. You can't really punish an Igbo man in Nigeria. Economically, it is impossible. So some of them even said, I have seen where the Ronukus have said that there is a research that, things are very expensive in Nigeria. Cost of living crisis. But if you go to the eastern part of Nigeria, it is not as expensive as other. It should be. The fact that they do not have seaport, they do not have international airports to bring anything in per se. They do not control your custom. Or what is that? Yeah, they do not. So everybody that is charging them, when you go to Igbo land, right, you will see like hundreds of roadblocks where people were bringing stuff from other part of Nigeria to the eastern part of Nigeria. You will see that a lot of roadblocks that are charging them, taking bribes from them. All of these are supposed to be added to the final produce. Abi? But things are still kind of cheaper in the east. Because now the rest of us go pay. The rest of us are going to pay. We have been paying. And the people who are making the policies, making the decisions, even if they probably have in mind to punish the Igbos in Nigeria, indirectly, they're actually punishing themselves, in my own opinion. If an Igbo man says, the amount I used to spend to clear 10 40-foot container is what I'm now spending to clear just 2, he won't still be out of business. To him, it's just a moment. It's just a time, probably a phase. And if he remains permanently this way, now go pay. The worst case scenario, Abi, he won't need to buy 10 containers, to import 10 containers. He will import 2. And use the money he normally used for importing 10 containers or clearing 10 containers. He will use that to clear 2. Then he will put the cost of 10 containers on 2. So which means you will pay times 10 of what you normally should have gotten cheaper. You will pay. I remember when Shittiman said they were going to chase the Igbos out of the business. They were going to build, drug manufacturing companies. They are going to build cold room, this and that. It's been 9 years now. They haven't built any cold room in Kano. They have not built any drug manufacturing companies that will bring the cost of medicine, drugs, right, down. In northern Nigeria alone, talk less of another part of Nigeria, and let the Igbos pay more. He said it in that audio. He said the Igbos will make sure that Igbos pay more. But they've not been able to do that. Rather than the Igbos to pay more in Nigeria, now they pay more through your noses. And right now, the Muslim ticket has now turned to a curse, a total ruin and destruction. And with this guy is still there with his Igbophobia, inciting their Muslim listeners. And he said something in there when he said the government is investigating them for diverting agricultural allocation. What does that even mean? So it simply means that, by the way, do you know that when Buhari was the president of Nigeria, the World Bank visited, and they wanted, this is not loan, no, they wanted to give, what do you call that thing, aid to Nigeria. So they said they came with, I think, 180 million or thereabouts. It was meant to be aid. This is not loan, no, it wasn't loan. And Buhari called them and said, whatever they want to do for Nigeria, in the, any aids they want to give to Nigeria, you want them to give it to the northern Nigeria, because northern Nigeria is poorer, is the poorest, is the place that needed more support. World Bank, he told them, go and Google that right now, Google it. What Buhari told World Bank. Yeah, he said every aid coming to Nigeria should be diverted to northern Nigeria, because that's where the poverty is. After 8 years of Buhari, this is what happened to northern Nigeria. After 8 years of Buhari, more people were killed in the north. More terrorist groups rose. More people were kidnapped. More people were displaced from their homes and their lands in northern Nigeria. And northern Nigeria became even poorer. I know the whole Nigeria became poorer after 8 years of Buhari, but guess what? The poverty in northern Nigeria skyrocketed. It became multi-dimensional when Buhari was there. Buhari, Pastor Ruga, You remember now, they said that Bokwari will be fighting physical war with the terrorists. Pastor Ruga will be fighting spiritual war with the terrorists. Last, when the two of them were done, Nigeria was already in the hole to be buried. Then these criminals started promoting Muslim this, Muslim that. It was filled with hate, with hatred. It wasn't like saying, okay, Muslim is good, Islamic is great, let us support. No. It was filled with hatred. Anybody against it, right, is our enemy. Is committing blasphemy. We must make sure that, no joke, people were being threatened. That if to say Mahmoud Yakubu announced, for example, Peter Obi as the winner, they will kill thousands of people. They did it in 2011. They did. 847 or so people were slaughtered across the Sharia north because Bokwari lost to an infidel, Jonathan. It's on record. Go and Google it, search for it. Today, the same Arewa miscreants, Alimajiris, who now have the Shinko phones, Alimajiris on social media, who can now type in English. Some of them who got, they are now typing. The North remembers. The North does not remember anything. They are now typing it on social media. The North remember. All this our suffering. The Southern Nigeria is not saying anything. A Yoruba man is not a Yoruba man. He's a Muslim. Muslim. That is what you sold yourselves in Northern Nigeria. If they had declared Peter Obi, oh dear. No joke. They would have killed thousands. Because this guy is like a jingiri, actually told people that they must do everything. Do you think that it was only in Lagos that they were scaring the Igbos away? In Northern Nigeria, they were not just scaring not about the Igbos, so the infidels, the unbelievers. Don't come closer to the pole. If you come, we'll go kill you. But because majority of us have focused more on what was going on in the South, do you not notice that their usual, the Kardashians, in all those Kardashian states, Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, they usually come up with 5 million votes, 6 million, 4 million. The Kardashians, they could not deliver their usual Kardashian vote this time around. Why? Because a lot of people were actually really scared away, and it was meant to be written. And that's what they did. So today, Jingiri and his light are not taking responsibility to say, oh, we don't misfire. So they are grooming the people. They are grooming them, against the next one. Whatever you are going through right now, we want you to know that now the enemies of Muslim ticket, they are the ones making Nigeria ungovernable for Tinubu. They are the ones who are just so that you will hate Muslim. He's been saying that every Friday. But it's just that they won't go viral. His videos won't go viral until when he had the Unyamiri, the main target. The Unyamiris, the Igbos are the main target, the easy target. Tinubu's policies have impoverished the people, the Northerners, the Southerners. These rogues are looting left, right, and center. The state governors are looting like money is going out of fashion. These clerics are unable to say the truth to them, but they are always looking for the easy target. The easy target. Here you get. And that's what they are doing right now. Grooming their people. The only time they will probably turn on us, the Yorubas, like Asari tried to do, is when Tinubu failed to pay them. If Tinubu failed to pay them, they will turn on the Yorubas too. Yariba, the Yaribas are the ones who are doing. They will turn on us because that's what they call us in the north. Yariba, the Yaribawas. All of this using religion to spread hate and hatred by people who are actually feeding off the palm of politicians. They are watching their people scrapping the whatever it is, the dump site to feed, robbing any truck that they can find just because they want to feed. They are not coming back to say, Omo, we regret this. So these people have disappointed us, they have failed us.
Welcome to Shamra Senior Steve.